Okay guys, I'm going to put a little video up today, a little tutorial. It's for all of you of course, but primarily it's for my 9-year-old granddaughter, Lacey Lou, who is really interested in resin. So I want to give her a little bit of a rundown on what it is I do and how I do it, and also for you guys as well. So let's get on with it. I'll be relating to Lou a lot in the video, guys, alright? So anyway, I had a cup of water here, and I just stirred my resin in there for probably about 3 minutes. You don't have the water boiling, have it comfortably hot, and then just stand your resin in there for about 3 minutes. And Lou, just be careful, love, make sure Mummy helps you with this bit, okay? It's important, you don't want to get yourself burnt. So yeah, stand that in there for about 3 minutes, and then when you take it out, the resin is going to be a lot more runny and a lot more manageable. So let's take this stick out. Now I don't have any wet wipes. One thing you're going to learn, Lou, when you do this, is wet wipes are going to be your best friend. And Mummy's always got wet wipes anyway, so it's not going to be a problem for you. Now do you know what, I had loads of kitchen roll, and I don't know what I've done with it. That bit there shall do the job. Right then, okay, so let's start pouring some resin into some moulds, shall we? Right, so if we do these 2 square ones here, now don't fill it right up to the top, leave a tiny little bit of a gap, just so you've got room to drip in your inks and your sinker ink. And then when you've finished, and you when it's finished, you are then going to want to do a little bit of a coat on the back of, like, you know, whatever colour you want. I usually do, it all depends actually. If you're doing really light colours, Lou, then it's always nice to put a black backing on, or just a dark backing on. And if you're doing darker colours, then obviously putting the white backing on helps a lot. So let's fill up these 2 little circle ones here, like so. And then we got these 2 little round ones here. Those are oval ones, sorry, the ones that I just poured. And then we got these 2 little round ones here. Oops, oopsie. Right, let's try that again, shall we, Lou? There we go, there's that one there. And let's do these little teardrop ones. Oh, they're beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous, those ones. Okay, let's go in for these little love hearts. Okie dokie. Although this mould looks really mucky, Lou, the actual cavities, the places where I'm putting the resin, they're all nice and clean. So there's no worries as far as I'm concerned. We've got enough there just for this last round one. It's always good just to get your stick and just go around the edges afterwards and take out as much as you can. And if you're very lucky, you might even be able to make a small one with this that you take out. So let's try doing that with this circle one here, shall we? Yeah, I'm sure I'm going to be able to fill this one up. There we go. Into that one there. Keep going. Nearly done. You never want to waste resin, Lou. Okie dokie. I think we're good to go for that one. Yeah. Now I need to take a little bit of resin out of here. Like this, because I put just slightly too much in there. And we do not want too much in there, because then we're going to have a problem then when we're putting our inks in and the back in. Right, okay, that should be fine now. I think that's more than enough. So I'm just going to chuck my little shot glass in the bin there. Wipe off the stick. Get this oven on the go as well, ready. This is my little resin oven, Lou. And it really is my best friend. Now, with resin, it can take up to 24 hours to cure. It can take even longer before it's classed as being fully cured. But with that little resin oven that I got, I can pop this in there, and it can usually be cured within about 3 hours, I'd say, which is awesome. So that's fantastic. Now, let's start shaking up some colours and getting some colours in here. So we're going to go for the pink orange. Right then, and we just start dropping this, these inks into the moulds like this. Okie dokie. Come on, in you go. That one there. Oh, I think the nozzle's a bit blocked. There we go. Right, we've probably put 3 drops of the orange in this square, because the square's quite large anyway, so we'll put a drop in each corner. There and there. Oh, let's not forget these. So there, there, there and there, and then we got this one here as well. We've got quite a lot of pieces in here actually. Oh look, we've got another one there. Now if this goes according to plan, we're going to have some nice stuff come out of this. I'm hoping anyway. So what we're going to do, Lou, now is we're just going to leave this for a little while before we put this white sinker ink in there. So we're going to leave this for a little while just to kind of slightly thicken up and cure a little bit. And then, sorry, we're going to be doing that actually, Lou, after I've put some more colours in. But what I'm trying to say to you, sweetheart, is we're going to be putting all these different colours in, and then we're going to wait a little while just before we drop the sinker ink. Okay, we're going to wait for it to thicken up a little bit. So let's carry on putting these other colours in. Right then, let's go for this one. This one's a violet. So let's go for this one. Okie dokie. That one there, that one there. There, there. There and there. There we go. So that's the purple. Now we're going to put in some dark green. Okay? Actually, give me a second, because somewhere I've got like some luminous green. Oh, and yellow, look. I haven't got the luminous yellow one out, is there? These, well, they're not luminous actually, these colours. They're more like a neon colour. Right then. Let's pop some of these in as well. So, there's the yellow one just here. Sometimes the nozzles on these tend to get a little bit blocked. So you go to squeeze your ink in and it doesn't go in, and then all of a sudden you get about 10 drops in there. It's really annoying actually at times. Yeah, this one's blocked, look. And it's not going to come out easily. So what I'm going to need to do quickly, just try to get a cocktail stick and shove that down inside of here without letting the cocktail stick break off inside, because that would be a disaster. So let's see if we could do this. Just get the cocktail stick like this. You just kind of poke it down inside, and you're going to get a little bit of resistance. It's not going to like it. Just carefully poke it down inside. Again, Lou, if you're doing this, you're going to have to get Mummy or Daddy to do it. It's a little bit difficult to get the stick in there. And just give it a wiggle. Wiggle, 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 and that's where all the ink comes off and lands on your glove. Right, okay, we have a disaster, Lou. We have a disaster. Right, do you know what? I was expecting that to be much more difficult, and I thought it was going to go everywhere. I can't believe that just happened. Right, okie dokie. How did that not all go over the floor and all over my leg? Wow. Okie dokie, so I think actually I may have just split this nozzle. Oh no, I haven't. No, I haven't. Right, let's try getting that out of there. There we go. Disaster averted, Lou. We're all good. There we go. And it probably still won't come out. Let's try. Yay! Results. Results. Go on. No, it's becoming blocked again now. That's a shame. I thought we were onto something then. But no, not to be. Come on. What else can I use to shove down inside there? Okay, let's just keep trying, shall we? Oh, there we go. There we go. still difficult though. That's probably the reason why I put these back in the box, because it's actually a nightmare to get anything out. Right, let's keep going. We've already got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 left. Come on. Oh. Oh, on. And again. No, I'm going to have to get something to put in here again. Right, let's try the old cocktail stick trick again. So, shove the stick down inside there. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Oh, oh, we nearly broke the stick off on that one. Right, let's see if we get any join out. Yep, 1, 2, only 2 more to go. Come on. Come on, you know you want to. There you go. I'm covered, absolutely covered in neon yellow, and I'm going to be so happy to put this back in the box and never see it again. One last drop and I missed it. One last drop and I missed the actual mould. Oh, that's typical. Do you know, guys, I'm not giving up. I'm a stubborn one, I am. I'm going to find something to shove down inside there. Let's try just shaking it a minute and see what happens. And wiggle the nozzle maybe. Come on. Come on, behave, it just want 1 drop. 1, look, come on. 1 drop. I'm gonna have to cheat. Do you know what, guys? That was tough. Wow, I got cramp in my hand. Right. Never doing that one again. Right, Lou, we're going to go in with a bit of spring green. Nice. Got to be careful not to touch my face now, I'm going to be covered in yellow ink. Right, let's give these a shake. That's a good point actually, Lou. I don't know if I've been shaking these up properly, but you must shake the inks ever so well before you use them. Especially the sinker ink, alright? And I'll explain why when we get into that bit. Right then. That was so much easier. So much easier. Okie dokie, that's the green out of the way. Let's put some sapphire blue in. Good shake. Shake, shake, shake. There we go. And what should we do? Let's keep it down here with these darker colours, shall we? Oh look, I'm missing the actual mould. What a donut. Let's take some of this off the mould, or it could interfere later on because it'll just be sitting there wet, and then before you know what's happened, it's made its way into the resin when you don't want it to. So let's try that again, shall we? Drop that one down there. Oh, look at that. Maybe 1 drop in those. I'm not going to put the sapphire blue in those tiny circles just because there's already so much in there and I don't want to inundate it with the ink because it could affect the curing time, and it might not cure as you want it to cure. I don't have a problem with it. They all do cure up, but I have noticed sometimes it just affects the curing time, you know, depending on how much ink it is you're putting in there. Right, we're going to go with 1 more colour now, Lou. We're going to go in with the purplish blue. And then we're just going to let this sit for a little while, and then we're going to put some sinker inks in. Right, there we go. That one there, that one there, that one there. Do you know what? I am going to put some of this purple in, into these tiny ones. I love the purple. Right, that one there. And then there, 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 there. You know what? That is it. That is it now, Lou, for all these different colours. So what I'm going to do now is just pause this video. This is going to be half hour for me, but it's going to be a split second for you.